Shakia.
Got the knowledge, y'all.
Hi you guys, my name is Guru Shakia and welcome to my beautiful channel. Today we are going to discuss why I never watch TV, like ever. So it was a few years ago. I used to be a person who would just lay in bed all the time and watch TV. And I used to use it as something to like take my mind off everything, but I also used it as a crutch to ignore my responsibilities, to make excuses. Basically, if I was so overwhelmed by everything, I would use that to like immobilize me from taking any action whatsoever. And it wasn't like a thing that I was consciously aware of. And this is before my spiritual awakening, before I gained knowledge of myself, how the world works, and things of that nature. But in my early journey, I used to watch TV all the time, and it used to hinder me because I got so caught into a routine of like, I'm just going to watch TV and forget all my troubles. And I think a lot of times, especially in American society, we are taught to just, sit and watch TV to rest or to de-stress. And that's something that we're so conditioned to do, but it's not necessarily healthy. It may be normal because everyone has made it the norm, but it's not natural. And actually, to me, it comes off more as a distraction than as a helpful tool. It does not, to me, add any value to your life. More so, it takes away from the time that you could be putting into building relationships, building yourself up, and building a career or building a better life or looking at the bigger picture. Now, I feel like a lot of things in our society are put into place to distract us. Like all these like television, the movies, all these things that they call leisure, going out and partying or going all these things, all these things I feel like it's put into place to really, like, for a reason, to distract us from our own journey and what we came here to do as human beings, which is to serve others, which is to connect, which is going to make me make a social media video after. But I stopped watching TV because I feel like it did not help me in my own journey, and I used it as a crutch to like not own my own life. And it's gotten to the point where basically whenever TV even comes on, I freak out. I get anxious because I feel very guilty about it. Like, I feel very guilty when it's on or when my family watches it, to be honest, because I feel like it's just something that's like unuseful. Like, it should be thrown out of everyone's household. And like, it seems every time that TV comes on, it's always something negative. Or everyone I used to be around, and I used to work in an old folks home, every channel used to always be on the news or something. Like, I always feel like it's something creating fear around a certain situation. That's why people don't want to travel. That's why people view certain races the way they do. I feel like it's just conditioning you, whether you realize it or not. And some people, they think, well, I'm strong enough to know the difference, but it's working on our subconscious very heavy. Just like the music on the radio we listen to, it's all working on us very heavy, and it's like down to a science of how it affects our energy, basically. But I do feel guilty whenever it's on because I feel like it's just not productive. And that's just how, it's not, I'm not saying everyone who watches TV is just not productive, and it's not the devil or anything, but I just feel when I realized that when I went away to CNA school, for example, I went months and months without a TV, and I realized for the first time, like, I got so much done, so much completed. And since that time, I completed my CNA certificate without having that distraction specifically. I figured, well, that's something I can honestly do without. I could accomplish so much more things in my life when I don't allow myself to have downtime with TVs. And I feel like even making it how we in this society has made it, like, okay, we come home from work and we de-stress in front of the TV, when honestly we could be putting in work with each other, communicating better, or to our businesses to get us out of the matrix, for example. But it's like, I feel like things like TV in the society is put into place so we don't succeed in our life purposes, so that, like, by the time we sit and watch TV so many hours of the day, every day, our whole life goes by, and then you wake up one day and you're like 80, and then you're like, oh shit, what happened to my whole life? It's like literally, that's how I feel like TV is created, to just have you there in a trance, and people don't even realize it. And it's just, again, it's so much conditioning of how you view beauty. Who you think is beautiful is most of the time, because of the media and the TV, they only show so many types of beauty. A lot of times is how you view the world is how you. A lot of people don't get outside their house or outside their city, so they're only relying on what the TV tells them. And a lot of times they don't show a lot of people in the highest light. For example, African Americans or people of color, or the cops, or they are how they show the world, because we don't travel it. We just take their word for what it is. And if you, when you go out on the street, you're just going by what you hear or see on TV, and you're not experiencing life for yourself when you rely on, okay, what the television tells you everything is. But yeah, that's basically what I think about TV. So basically, I don't think it's useful at all, and that's what I came to terms with in my own journey. And maybe a lot of you guys feel this way. If you, I would love to hear what you guys think about TV in my comments below. And if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what other videos you guys would want to hear. I'm very open to it. You guys can ask me questions in my email below. And yeah, so peace.